Yo. Hey guys, it's ransibling here, and today I'll be doing my coverage of the items in Team Fortress 2 which got updated, nerfed, and buffed. This update added a lot of new stuff, but I'll be discussing purely the items. They did not add any new items in the game, they just nerfed and buffed the items which I personally like. Let's go. The Scout. Alright, first up for Scout we have the Winger. The Winger got changed. It added a 25% jump bonus for the height of a Winger when you jump. These are triple jump bats. The Scout on the right doesn't have a Winger. The Scout on the left has a Winger. This was such a great buff to the Winger. Imagine this on a ×10 server. You could jump heaps higher. Next up we have a Criticola. Basically, instead of receiving mini crits, you just take 25% more damage. So we did this with a lot of the new weapons. Instead of taking mini crits, you take either 20% more damage or 25% more damage. Or something similar to that. It was a buff for the Criticola. Next up we have the Shortstop, which added a 20% healing bonus while deployed, so whenever you're picking up health kits or all that stuff. So if you have this equipped with a candy cane, that can be really useful for your playstyle as Scout. The disadvantage, however, is probably one of the funnest disadvantages in the game. Push force items such as the Force of Nature or just air blasting a Scout who has the Shortstop. You just go crazy far. Like, I was having so much fun getting these clips of just, you know... This is another item which the stats would be crazy on a ×10 server. Imagine seeing a Force of Nature Scout just do this to a Shortstop Scout on a ×10 server. This isn't even a ×10 server, and look at how far you're going because of a push force. Be careful, Scouts. The Soldier. The Soldier's interesting. He had actually a few things nerfed / buffed. Especially his backpacks, because the buff banner was a clear winner. So for the battalion's backup, you now get up your rage meter the same way you do with the buff banner. So instead of taking damage, you can just deal out damage. Also, when you deploy this, you gain a 50% damage reduction to anything from the enemy team. 2 sentry guns, you have a 15% reduction rate. So be careful. The next backpack item to get buffed is the Conqueror. Now when you use it, it allows you and your teammates to move faster as if you're being whipped by the disciplinary action. This is a great buff in my opinion. Now for the Liberty Launcher, which now has 4 rockets instead of 3, however you do 25% negative reduced damage, so it's a lot harder to take out heavies unfortunately. Now for the Cowmangler. With this they reduced the clip size from 5 to 4 because the 5th rocket really was unnecessary. They removed the negative 10% damage attribute. And the reload speed is similar to the default rocket launcher. This was practically buffed and is extremely similar to the default rocket launch now. However, you can still do that right click attack which burns enemies if it hits them. But you still need to be careful of sentries, especially mini sentries when using this thing. I love the new Cowmangler, it's probably my favorite rocket launcher. Now unfortunately the escape plan got nerfed. It has a similar function to the gloves of running urgently as when you have it out. You've got the mark of death, so you will receive mini crits when you have it out, and also slowly when you switch back to your other weapon. So be careful for that. I don't really like this nerf, but oh well, I'm kind of biased. The Pyro. Finally for the Pyro, they fixed up that when you've got the oomph meter full, and you go to the resupply cabinet, you don't lose your oomph meter. Finally. Since the gas jockey set now is dead, this is what they did with the power jack. They added a 15% increase in move speed only when you have the power jack equipped, however. Only when you have it out. But the massive downside is you take 20% more damage from all sources when you have this thing equipped. Not even have it out in your hands, but have it equipped. So be very wary on how you use this. The Demo Man. The Demo Man had the loose cannon changed, so now basically if you do this thing successfully, it's called the double donk. So when you directly impact an enemy within half a second before the bomb explosion, it will come up with a double donk sound effect, or the second shot doing a mini crit. It's pretty bizarre but awesome at the same time. It's similar to getting bonked, but you don't actually get stunned. It just makes that sort of similar cartoony look on top of the character's head which you have done it to. The loose cannon also has a shorter fuse time, so it only takes 1 second for the bombs to explode from when you shoot them, instead of 2 seconds. The Charge and Targe received a pretty big buff, granting the Charge and Targe afterburn immunity. Now you can't really kill a demo man using a Charge and Targe with the crit fire techniques, so you have to really kill him with a shotgun if you want to kill him successfully. So good luck, Pyros. The Heavy. The Heavy didn't necessarily get much. All they did was update the Buffalo Steak Sandwich and the DeLocus Chocolate Bar. Instead of receiving mini crit damage when you have a Buffalo Steak Sandwich eaten, you only take a 25% more damage than the usual. So no more mini crit. Now for the DeLocus Chocolate Bar. Now instead of healing 15 health every time you eat it, take a bite, you heal 25 health. And I wasn't aware that the DeLocus Chocolate Bar could do this before. I never really used it, but apparently you can just eat it unlimitedly. Maybe it's some type of bug, it was never in a patch note, so I'm not sure if they'll fix it or not, because I don't remember it doing this before. The Engineer. The Engineer had the Short Circuit buffed. Instead, now, if you end up hitting the enemy, or, you know, successfully destroying a projectile of some sort, such as a rocket or a sticky bomb, then you only use 18 metal. However, if you fail this and just, you know, fire randomly, then it will cost 36 metal. So it kind of, you know, it rewards you for being good. The next one is the Gunslinger, which was sort of a nerf. I don't even know. They just said they fixed a bug with it. Anyway, they fixed a bug that caused mini sentries to heal while being constructed. So, I don't know, they got slightly nerfed, but they're still really overpowered mini sentries, so watch out for those little buggers. Now for the Rescue Ranger, which is, you know, it's a magnificent weapon, as you see right here. I'm protecting my building at long range, and instead, before, when it came out in the miscs update, it used to heal 50 damage on your buildings. But now it heals 75, which I don't really know why they did that, because it's an amazing weapon. Just not much people utilize it because you don't really use it with mini sentry, and everyone plays mini sentry these days. It is a great weapon. I would highly recommend the Rescue Ranger. It's so fun to use also. Next up on the list for Engineer, we have the Wrangler. The Wrangler in Team Fortress 2 received a slight nerf. Now the protective shield now fades after 1 second after the owning engineer dies. So if you die as an engineer, your shield will only last for 1 second, and it slightly reduces the accuracy when firing the Wrangler, so you have to be more accurate when using the Wrangler on a sentry. The Medic. The Medic actually got some pretty nice updates in his arsenal. So let's go to the quick fix, which now allows overheal. Also when you uber a teammate, you also get a slight overheal on yourself by 25%. Usually, for example, if you're going to overheal a soldier, you would heal them to 300 HP with a normal medigun. Before the quick fix, you couldn't even overheal them. Now you can overheal them by 50 HP. So approximately, you know, 25% of their normal HP you overheal teammates by. Now I have a Crusader's crossbow, which just got reskinned. It actually looks pretty good now. It shoots syringes now instead of crossbows, but it kind of defeats the purpose of it being called, you know, the Crusader's crossbow. And also with the quick fix now, you can run in with an Ubersaw hit and Uber yourself. Now also when you Uber teammates, they're no longer affected by pushback shotguns, you know, such as a Force of Nature. If you Uber someone and a Force of Nature scout comes from behind, tries to, you know, attack your teammate, make him go flying across the map, that no longer affects you. So I really like what they did with the quick fix now. They really buffed it from when it first came out. Now for the Vaccinator, which got a nice buff. Uber now fully absorbs crit damage for the selected damage type, but depletes Uber charge based on the amount of damage prevented. For example, I just went toe to toe with a Kritzkrieg heavy medic combo with my bullet resistance, and we ended up winning. So if you play your cards right, this can be a force to be reckoned with. The Sniper. Well, basically, since none of the poly count sets really exist anymore and they all got put into weapons, what they've done is they've implemented it into the Darwin's Danger Shield. You do less bullet damage for this weapon, so a quickscope headshot cannot kill an enemy sniper. With the shield equipped, even scouts end up doing less damage to you, but however, explosives do 20% more damage to you, so be careful of, you know, those sneaky demo men and soldiers jumping. The Bizarre Bargain also got a slight, slight change. They fixed the starting charge rate being of -40% instead of -20%, and they capped the max charge rate to 20%, but for some reason with the default minimal HUD, the head count is sort of stuffed up, so I apologize for that. I can never really get 200% plus charge rate anywhere. For the Cozy Camper, you're no longer affected by the movement penalty, so when you're zoomed in, you can move as you please. And it added a damage taken increase by 20%, but you've got regenerating health, so you just be careful of what you do. This is the Darwin's Danger Shield, a demonstration on how much explosive damage does to you, so be careful with that. The Spy. Alright, first of all, I would just like to mention, they got rid of all poly count sets, which includes the most famous and most popular, the Saharan Spy set, which allows you to decloak silently, uncloak silently when you've got the Dead Ringer, all of that stuff, so I'm sorry about your loss. It's a hard feeling. I know that set was very important to a lot of people. Anyway, let's move on to the Latrangia buff. Added a 40% increased cloak duration. This makes the item crazily overpowered in my opinion. Just the ability before to get 15% cloak just by shooting someone, and now whenever you just equip this thing, whatever Invisi Watch you're using, the Cloak and Dagger, the default Invisi Watch, or Dead Ringer, you have 40% more cloak, which is just ridiculous. Like this gameplay right here, I don't have cloak with me, but just the ability for 40% more cloak, that's just astounding. But now you won't see too much people always, using the Ambassador going for headshots. There'll be more strategic people using now the cheap Latrangia, I guess you could say. So I'm really interested in how the Latrangia will turn out. Finally, the Dead Ringer got nerfed. It didn't get nerfed that much, but anyway, when under the effect of a feigned death, damage taken decreased the duration of the effect. So, for example, if you have the Dead Ringer out and you're getting chased, you've already activated it, a Pyro's chasing you, bam, you're dead. You take more damage. It's pretty interesting. But if you use it with a Latrangia, it will be exactly the same. Right now I'm just showing the effects of a Latrangia with the default Invisi Watch. As you can see, the 40% cloak makes quite the difference. The Spy on the right is using a default revolver, the Spy on the left is using the Latrangia. The Latrangia, wow. That really got buffed, didn't it? Anyway, I'm interested to hear your speculation, your comments on a new update and all the items. What did you think was good? What did you think was bad? What shouldn't have been nerfed? What shouldn't have been buffed? What should be buffed? What should be nerfed? What items missed out, unfortunately? Leave all your speculation, comments. I'm interested to hear your opinions down below. Big thank you to Cami B and Kalski for helping me out with this video. They helped me out with the demonstrations, Cami B for making those awesome thumbnails for the characters and all that stuff at the start of the intro for when I, announce their classes and what changes happened. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this TF2 gameplay commentary. Leave your comments down below. If you liked this video, then, subscribe to my channel. I upload some Team Fortress 2 content, so if you're into that stuff, subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!